In the second passage, I turn to my friend Fernando and I say, Fernando, thank you for being a friend. We've been down the road and back again. You're a pal and a confidant, and I just finished reading a passage about how Mexican Americans use proverbs. Question 7, the main point of the passage is that Mexican American communities use proverbs. In question 8, we translate one of those proverbs as an example, right? So the question is, what is an example of? And I'm in line 26. The parents use the proverbs as teaching tools in areas as diverse as inculcation of manners to the regulation of peer group relationships. For example, here's a proverb about the relationship between proverbs and peer group relationships. So I used both the word proverb and the word relationship twice in that sentence. And I'm proud of myself for it. For question 9, answer choice E, is the use of proverbs more common in Mexican American communities? I'm glad you asked. In line 22, this function seems to be much more prominent in Mexican tradition. For question 10, look at the top of the second paragraph. Each use is an individual act whose meaning varies depending on the speaker and the particular social context in which the use occurs. The way in which a proverb is used depends on the community in which it is used, the social context. Yeah, the passage said that. Question 11, pointing us back to that same part of the middle of the second paragraph that we were just looking at in question 8. Parents use proverbs as teaching tools from inculcation of table manners to peer group relationships. Perhaps, I'm in line 34 now, it derives from a sense that traditional community-approved norms are threatened. Proverb use may reflect the parental concern that the young will not embrace traditional norms. 12, I really don't know why they bother in the question calling it strongly implied. It's explicitly said products are... Products? Really? Proverbs, in line 5, are sayings that can be understood independent of a specific verbal context. They don't require a specific verbal context. And at the beginning of the next passage, they're individual. Their meaning varies depending on the speaker and the social context. There are some sayings that do not require verbal context to be understood, proverbs, but whose meaning for each particular use depends on the social context, proverbs. Those are those sayings. The passage said each of those things about proverbs. We know that that is true. And that finishes this second passage. So here's the deal with these free videos. They're intended to serve a very narrow purpose. For those times when you're wondering, why is that the right answer? You can just come here for a complete library and find out why it was the right answer. And I hope that you'll find that it was very instructive. Of course, the other part of the deal is that since LSAC publishes all of their tests along with test keys, that means that there's no barrier to entry for test prep. And you can hear the air quotes, I hope. Anybody can, and lots of people have, set up shop and call themselves test prep companies. And they've got the questions, they've got the answer keys, and they just try to explain to you why the right answer is right. And then they charge you money for it? That is wrong. I want to put a stop to it. I want to sweep the legs right out from under them. It is bad for you. It's bad for me too. So if you want to know what the right answer is and why the right answer is right, I want you to be able to come here and find it out for free without paying anybody for it. That's very different from what I do in the paid course. What I think has value about what I do is that I can tell you ahead of time what every question wants from you, what to expect from the right answer, how to formulate a right answer, and then how you can expect wrong answers to sound, so that you know before you ever open up a test book exactly what to expect. And all the practice videos that are part of the paid course are just me putting that theory into practice. It's just the rubber meeting the road. In other words, I'm going to show you based on what we've done before how we're going to react when it comes up next time. And that bit, knowing what to do the next time you see something, that I think is worth paying for. And if you agree, I'd love to have you in the course. And if not, that's fine too. Don't pay anybody to explain why right answers are right. Just watch these for free. Enjoy.